What's up, everybody? Welcome to the T&Z Show episode
2.
Wow, we made it to the second episode. We've not got canceled yet.
Not yet.
Pretty cool, huh?
I know.
Hey, tell us about your shirt you're wearing right out of the gate there, dude.
So, we thought only like our moms would listen to this. And my wife shared, the first trip Troy shared was me as a youth pastor saying, I don't like Christian music. Which...
It's true. Don't let them lie to you.
I left out a word. I meant to say I don't enjoy contemporary Christian music. I'm wearing a shirt of a Christian band. I like Christian rock, even some Christian hip hop. I believe that what you listen to, what you take in, impacts what comes out. So I misspoke, but I honestly didn't think anyone would care. And so...
Look at this. We're already on episode 2, and Zach's already apologizing, but try not to apologize. Right?
I misspoke. I left out contemporary.
Okay, there you go. Whatever.
I left out one word, and it matters.
This guy. Okay. Well, speaking of the T&Z Show, my name is Troy. His name is Zach. How do you spell your name, Zach?
Z-A-C-H.
Z-A-C-H. Why am I bringing that up?
Not that you care, but when Troy would tag me on posts, we've known each other for 3 going on 4 years now. In the post, you'd see my name spelled like full name right on Facebook and things.
Yeah.
But every time he would type out my name or put my name on a poster or a graphic, it would be Z-A-C. And I'm from the Midwest, so I just didn't say anything.
So I spelled his name wrong for how many years?
3.5.
We are really good friends. And he didn't even say anything to me. How did it come up recently?
Oh, it was when you started sharing the videos for this again. I'm like, you put on the video my name. I was like, you spelled my name wrong.
Oh, no. I asked him, this is the true story. I said, hey, go share the video. It's up, one of the clips that I made from last week. And on that clip, I put up there Zach's thoughts on The Chosen or something like that. And he goes, hey, I'll start sharing those videos when you start spelling my name right. That's the exact quote. And then I was like, what? I've spelled your name wrong for almost 4 years. And I guess him and his wife have talked about this, but neither one of them have said anything to me. Even though he said, when you tag him, his name's on there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that just shows my attention to detail, which is a whole nother conversation. But that's awesome. Well, hey, let's catch up on some sports, huh?
Let's do it.
Speaking of what you're wearing, I'm wearing the same sweatshirt that I wore the last time.
Because baseball started.
Dude. So I coach baseball at Chihuahua High School, and we're going to win state this year.
Dude, I'm just excited for in 4 weeks when you have the tan lines from the hat and the glasses.
Tan line. Okay.
I'm ready for the tan lines.
Dude, thanks for bringing up the tan lines, because one of my mentors, Childman, a.k.a. Chris Hildman, a.k.a. Mr. Hildman, teacher, friend, mentor, baseball coach, legend. He used to coach me at Chihuahua way back in the day. That's when I started coaching. I was a volunteer for him at freshman baseball. He is also bald and handsome, okay? That's where I get my good looks, is from him. And he taught me, dude, at practice, you don't wear a hat, so you don't get the tan lines. So sometimes I don't wear a hat at baseball practice to work on my tan lines. That's a true story.
Yeah, dude. Well, sunlight blinds me, so I try to have moments where I go without a hat.
Yep.
And sunglasses.
Oh, there you go. You always have to wear sunglasses, though.
I know, but I try to have moments where I don't.
That's true.
So it can even out.
I got you. What's your favorite spring sport?
Soccer.
Oh my God.
But here's the deal. America has soccer as a spring sport for schools. I guess in some states. Soccer's year round.
Yes, but we live in America, so that's all that really matters, right?
See, that's why people don't like us.
Oh, that's good. All right, yeah, so baseball started. I'm coaching baseball. I'm pumped. Love our staff. Love our team. We got big goals this year, as always, so it's going to be a fun year. Let's talk NBA, your favorite sport, dude. I love NBA. I know none of you like the NBA. This guy can't stand the NBA.
It's glorified pickup ball with the best players in the world. It's not fun to watch.
Okay, so speaking of pickup ball, we'll still talk about it a little bit. Since our last episode, I know a lot of people have already talked about it. It's been a couple of weeks, but what were your initial thoughts on the NBA All-Star Weekend as a whole?
Charles Barkley said a few funny things.
Charles Barkley.
I love Charles Barkley.
Yep.
Charles Barkley, sponsor
Chuck.
our show.
Oh yeah, come on, Chuck, give us a view. Yeah, right. Anyways, okay, so no, I enjoyed the shoot off with what's her name, Sabrina versus Steph. Yeah, I can't say her last name, but Sabrina versus Steph. That was my favorite, and the 3-point contest was a lot of fun. The dunk contest, you probably didn't even watch it. It was horrible. The judges were horrible. The dunk contestants were horrible. Dude, for 2 years in a row now, they had a G Leaguer in there.
Matt McClung.
Yes, Matt McClung. Like, dude, props to him. He's an incredible athlete. But why is there a minor leaguer in the NBA All-Star Weekend event?
He should be in the league.
He should not be in the league, dude. He's not good enough.
Dude, he dunked over Shaq. I did watch that.
Okay, he's an amazing dunker. That's not what we're talking about. Why is he in the NBA All-Star Weekend? They have their own stuff.
Okay, why has since like okay, I'm a 90s NBA guy. I love 90s NBA.
Here we go. Who's your favorite basketball player of all time?
Well, Michael Jordan.
Yeah, there we go.
Listen, I remember where I was his last game.
Absolutely, dude.
I literally was in my parents' room.
Wait, time out. His last game with the Wizards?
The Bulls.
Because nobody talks about Michael Jordan with the Wizards. But okay.
Because we forget that on purpose.
Exactly.
But here's the deal.
Oh, yeah.
So his last game, when they beat the Jazz with his buzzer beater to win, I actually had the flu.
Yeah.
I was like 8, and I had the flu.
Yep.
And I was upstairs watching my parents' room so I could like go throw up.
Yeah.
And then come back and watch the game.
Dude, I was watching it in the living room with my parents as well. And I was screaming so loud. My dad made me go out to the garage and watch like the post game out on the garage TV because I was being too loud because I was so pumped for that. I love me some MJ.
I was an MJ fan.
I still love MJ.
But where I grew up, I was a big Kevin Garnett fan.
Okay, KG, baby, let's go.
When it was Kevin Garnett and Stephon Marbury.
They were a great duo.
And Wally Zerbiak.
Wally Zerbiak, let's go. So back to modern day NBA. We got to talk about the GOAT. The real GOAT,
dude,
a.k.a. LeBron James. He's 9 points away as of today from 40,000 points. Can we just give the man his props for that? Dude, I got so many numbers I can throw at you. Anyways, I'll let you go.
Yeah, well, when I do this and it's a foul, it's easy to score.
Oh, my goodness. Do you really think that's why he's getting ready to touch 40,000 points?
Okay, he's awesome. Like, he is the best.
Okay.
He is the best modern day player.
Best modern day player. But where does he rank on your list? What would you say?
I would say he's solid 2.
Solid
Jordan
2.
him.
Yeah, that's fair.
Jordan
okay.
him.
I always tell people, if you're going to be argued to be the second greatest of anything, like that's a win,
dude.
I think it's funny. I think it's funny when like they try to knock him by saying, "Oh, he's not better than Jordan." Okay, that's that. I wish someone would say that I'm not better.
The only thing I would argue, and because everyone can say like, well, guys are more talented today, but my argument used to be and I believe this is wrong. NBA players today couldn't handle the physicality of the 90s, 80s, and 90s NBA. But here's the difference. Guys stood out in the 90s because not everyone was as good, where now all these kids have had individual coaches since they were little. So the average player is so much better today.
So let's talk about that. The physicality part. Because I've heard that from talking heads on TV as well.
It's real.
Okay, so tell me how this makes sense. Athletes now are only bigger and stronger and faster and more athletic than anyone ever has been in the history of mankind.
Yes, but there's more rules to protect the player's safety than ever before.
But you're telling me a guy like Will Perdue or a guy like Charles Oakley, who could barely move left and right, could physically manhandle somebody of today's NBA. They could not keep up with them. They would run them up and down the court. They would dribble right past them.
But here's the deal.
They couldn't even get a body on them.
Here's the deal, though. It's a different mentality. Like, the 90s NBA was like the lunch pail, let's go to work, let's get after it. And today, I'm sorry, those dudes are so pampered.
Okay.
And the contracts that they get,
that's not their fault. That's just modern day business.
No, but that's the thing, though.
That's modern day business.
But that's the thing, though. The guys live in a whole nother level of luxury, and the NBA to boost ratings, more scoring. So defense can't be So a lot of the guys that hang their hats on defense.
Well, scoring's basically up compared to other eras, mainly because they're talking about the 90s. They packed the paint. Why'd they pack the paint? Because back then, nobody shot threes. So everyone packed the paint because that was the game back then, right? Post up, back to the basket, drive the ball more. Now everyone's on the three-point line because you have to pick somebody up now at 25 feet because they'll pull on you. Yeah. So now the lane is more open than it ever has been, and you can't guard the lane because then what are you leaving open? Everybody can shoot. So it's a different game than the 90s.
It is a different game.
More than it is different, like, oh, they're more physical back then. It's because we have to guard. Everyone can shoot now. Anyways.
Yeah, well, because
that's good.
Yeah. It's different.
It's different. Kind of like it's different, yeah. But hey, we got to talk about this because this also came up in our conversations throughout the week and in the media. Bronny James. Watch the body language. Did you see that body language reaction right there already? Bronny James played in Pullman last night, by the way. He was famous in Pullman.
You didn't take me?
I didn't take you. No, I didn't even know he was playing. I honestly don't follow college basketball. That's probably a separate conversation.
Okay, the closest big D1 school to us is Washington State.
Hey, and they're number 19 in the country right now, dominating the Pac-12.
Okay, I usually pride myself on how much I usually pride myself on how much I know about college basketball.
Yeah.
This year, I don't know anything.
Well, there's some information for you.
I've literally just been watching Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark. We'll get to her in a second. But tell us your thoughts on Bronny James, Mr. LeBron hater.
He's good. He's clearly got a D1 body. He's good. However, I don't think he's a starter as a freshman.
He's not starting.
Okay, well, playing a lot of minutes. Whatever.
He's playing 12 minutes a game.
See, also, you know how other people that do sports podcasts do their research? We just talk and we probably say things that are wrong.
It's totally true. But guess what?
We don't do research.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Because it's not like we're being, what's the word? We're held to any standard, right? No, I really was just asking, I was really more asking about,
would he be there if someone else was him? Okay, if someone else was him, skills, everything. Mm-hmm. Okay, would they be playing minutes at USC as a freshman if he didn't have that name? And LeBron also had to backtrack his comments about Bronny going to the draft and being a high draft pick.
Well, I think there was some. Well, he's never been considered a high draft pick ever. He's never been considered a lottery guy. Here's what I'll say about Bronny. And again, obviously, I'm a LeBron lover. He's my guy.
And LeBron James.
I'm gonna back him.
Hold on. Not that you're ever gonna watch this, LeBron. I don't hate you. I just push back because it really makes Troy angry.
It gets me going.
Because he's your biggest fan girl.
I am, absolutely. So, no, I'll just say this about Bronny, though. I give Bronny his props because growing up in the shadow of LeBron is unbelievably hard. Mm-hmm. And I just think the way he's handled it and who he is, his work ethic, all of that. To argue the fact that should he be at USC, I mean, right now he's playing 12 minutes a game off the bench. It's not like he's starting and he's getting 30 minutes a game and they're letting him put up 18 shots. Last night he put up 2 shots. So I think he's where he should be, and I do think he's going to come back for his sophomore year because I think one of the reasons why LeBron did backtrack.
That would be ridiculous.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons why LeBron did backtrack is because they realized, okay, let's put him in for another year. And to give him a little bit of leeway, the whole cardiac arrest thing that he went through at the beginning of the season, it does throw off your rhythm, right? Mentally, you're out of it. He did have a good high school career.
I'm a Midwest guy.
He did play against some really good ball players.
I'm a Midwest guy, though. Here's what I would argue. Big Ten ball is different.
Then what?
Pac-12.
Okay, but what's that got to do with Bronny?
That's where USC is going to be playing next year.
Oh.
They're in the Big Ten next year.
Okay, that's not going to change his idea of coming back or not, dude.
No,
it's college basketball. It's a bunch of dudes.
I'm saying this, and not that anyone cares. He needs to. I think the Big Ten is going to be the physical. I think he's going to struggle there.
Well, I mean, I think he's going to struggle no matter what because he's going to be a sophomore playing against really good basketball players. I just want to say Bronny deserves his props for just going at it. He just needs. Yeah. I think people just need to back off this whole.
Or he needs to go to San Diego State and tear it up in the Mountain West.
Oh, geez, Sandy, where'd that come from?
San Diego State's not that far from there.
Oh, okay, that's fair. All right, let's go back and talk about your girl, not your wife, your second girl, Caitlin Clark. Yeah. All right.
Which, by the way, when you talk about to your wife, you keep mentioning another girl's name.
Who?
Caitlin Clark. She's like, who's she?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's true.
So I had to explain that it's a basketball player from Iowa.
Oh, that's hilarious. To your wife?
Yeah, she's like, who's that?
Oh.
I'm like, why do you talk about her all the time? I'm like, because she's from Iowa.
Hey, you better clarify. So Caitlin Clark, Division I basketball player. She just broke your heart, though. What'd she do?
She declared for the WNBA draft.
Let's go. Gonna go make that money. Easy. Should she have come back?
Yeah.
Why?
Frankly, NIL is going to make more money than they're going to make in the WNBA.
But why would the NIL money go away? It doesn't go away. She'll keep getting that NIL money.
She will get some marketing deals, but here's the thing. I think the WNBA, the league, is going to put so much pressure on her to be the savior of the league.
Uh-huh.
And because of how much attention she has brought to the women's game in college this year.
The ratings are bananas.
Oh, more people were watching her than LeBron.
I think that's probably true.
No, it is.
I know. I think I saw that.
I don't know the numbers. I just heard some guy on ESPN
and she's
say
selling and she's selling out. And we don't say the 4-letter word here on this podcast. We're Team Fox Sports. Okay?
I don't care.
Team Skip.
It doesn't matter.
Team Skip Bayless, all right? No. She's selling out, like filling up arenas, man. Like waiting lines to go watch this girl play.
Oh, my cousins went and saw the game where she broke the record.
Oh, for real?
And it's impossible to get seats.
And she broke the record, another record last night. Some girl's record, the biggest record, right?
It was the most threes in a season.
Most threes in a season. That's what it was.
Well, and she's only 18 points away from the Pete Maravich one.
I know. That's what I'm pumped about, dude.
Although that people can dispute because it's in a lot more games, and that he also did that before the 3-point line.
Yeah.
And that's where she makes her claim.
Absolutely.
So like that one.
It was a different game, literally.
Yeah.
You can't compare NBA players before 3-point line and after. Yeah.
Here's what's gonna happen. I have a weird theory. She's gonna go to the WNBA, but then they're gonna.
How's she gonna do, man?
She's gonna do great. I do think the players that are already there are not gonna be fans of her.
Do you think they're gonna try to D her up hard?
Because she's getting all the attention and accolades, and they're like, well, we're good too, you know?
Yeah.
So I think anytime you're that, like,
yeah. She got
you
target
come
on her
in,
back.
like,
Yeah.
I mean, LeBron, when he came into the league, there's probably, he probably had the same thing.
Yeah, and guess what LeBron did his rookie year? Freaking tore it up. That's what he did.
He did.
Never, not a knock on his resume. Coming in with the most hype of any athlete of all time, and he lived up to it. He didn't live up to it. He surpassed it. Anyways, back to Caitlin Clark. So here's my thing with Caitlin Clark. All the haters that are out there, all those talking heads that are saying things, we're not gonna get too deep into this because we don't want to get in trouble. But they just need to stop, because I don't know why of all players, all of a sudden, who brings so much positive attention to a women's sport that is blowing up in a good way right now, which I love because I got 2 daughters who love basketball. Why in the world would other legendary players be using her and going after her? It makes no sense.
Well,
Why,
and here's the deal.
All the players right now, they're going after her when she's helping them elevate their game, which guess what that means? That's going to bring more dollars to their sports. So they've been complaining for a long time now that they're not paid enough in the WNBA. Well, guess what Caitlin Clark's going to do? Bring new eyes to that league, new money to that league. So if I'm all of these legendary players and current players, I would be praising her right now because they're about to get pay raises. It's the Tiger Woods effect, right?
Here's what's going to happen, though. She's going to go to Indiana because they got the first draft.
Which is brilliant. It's like LeBron going to Cleveland.
It's Midwest.
Yep.
Here's what's going to happen. She's going to tear it up there a couple years, and then what they're going to do is they're going to go put a WNBA team in Des Moines, Iowa, where she's from, the capital of Iowa.
She can buy it.
Iowa,
she can be an owner.
And Iowa's going to have its first pro sports team, and Iowa is going to go bonkers.
That's awesome. I would
if
love
it happens, I'm calling.
All right, that's enough Caitlin Clark talk. This has turned into a Caitlin Clark podcast, right? But I got to get some off my chest, okay, about your soccer world. The women's national team. Our women's national team, okay? They lost recently to Mexico, which that wasn't the best look, okay? And then not only that, but they just don't know when to stop talking. The latest one, what's her name?
It's the captain. Her last name's Haran.
Haran? Yeah.
And she said, she backtracked.
Which makes me even more mad.
She said, what got quoted was American fans aren't smart.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, but like, they're not playing for a pro team. They are representing this country, okay? And so why are you going to rip on the people that you represent? And the biggest thing is, there was that American arrogance with the U.S. women's team, and everyone loved, and they got this big platform. But here's why they got the platform:
because they won. Because they won.
And now they're not winning.
Yeah.
People are talking. They're being combative. They're not winning. And in the men's game, if we beat Mexico, which we have the last few times now, that's a big deal.
Big deal.
In the women's game, Mexico didn't even qualify for the Women's World Cup.
Yeah.
So like, Mexico celebrated like they won the World Cup the other night, and they're not out of the tournament.
That's a huge win for them.
But
as a program.
And so you kind of thought they got rid of these older players that needed to pass the baton and stuff, and that things would be different. Well, it's kind of looked more the same.
Yep.
And Mexico isn't even, no shade on Mexico, but their women's team isn't even one of the top teams that they're going to face.
Yep.
So actually losing that game and being second seed, they would potentially have to play Colombia in the quarterfinals.
Dude, I love how much he knows about soccer.
Which Colombia got further than our women did in the World Cup.
Come on, Colombia. Shout out to Colombia. Maybe we'll get some viewers in Colombia. Hey, shout out to Zach. This guy knows his soccer. Even though I give him a lot of crap for it, I love that he knows his soccer because he's a soccer fan, and it's cool to hear it because I've learned a lot about it from him. So
I am like all the other hipsters. I became a soccer fan like 7 years ago.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
And now the MLS is growing.
Long live Messi. Come on, baby. Dude. Speaking of the MLS, are you going to get a pink jersey? You need to get a pink. I'm going to get you a pink jersey so you can wear it on this podcast. All right? But it's going to be the generic one made in China. Shout out to China. Maybe I shouldn't say that. I don't know if I should say that. Maybe I shouldn't say shout out to China. But you know,
actually, there's a place in town. If you go to the different part of Pasco.
Oh, what does that mean?
No, like
different part of Pasco.
Not the wet. Like not right here. Like I think.
Hey,
I don't know where.
Pasco's one community.
Here's the deal. Okay? No. What I'm saying
sorry.
is.
To this guy.
No.
Where do you live?
Here's the deal. I live.
No. What city do you live in?
Pasco.
Man, show some respect.
But, Is West Pasco and Pasco not a thing? Is that like really labeled, or do people just say West Pasco?
People should not say West Pasco.
Okay.
We are one community.
Okay, and I'm not. What I'm saying is, I don't go to where this store is.
Yes.
Because it's like 15, 20 minutes away.
And let's clarify. Why is that? Because you can't drive.
Yeah, I can't drive.
He can't drive.
So, but
he can't drive because if you don't know, he's legally blind.
Yes, my son plays on a competitive team. And our head coach took us to the store, and it's got soccer jerseys galore.
Messi?
And it's here in Pasco. Yeah, they have Messi ones.
Check this out. Before in the next couple episodes, we're gonna go to the store, and I'm gonna get him a Messi jersey. It's gonna be generic as long as it's cost friendly. I'm gonna see how cost friendly it is. But if not, we're gonna go to the China route.
Straight up, it's a really cool store.
Perfect. I love it.
Like I didn't think.
Maybe we'll film our next podcast there.
I didn't think Pasco would have a soccer store.
It makes sense because Pasco and soccer go together, right? All right, so hey, let's talk about something else. I sent you a picture this last week or a couple weeks ago. It's been a couple weeks now.
Did you?
Yes. Did you even look at it? Dude, you're supposed to read all my text messages. This guy always leaves me on red.
Dude.
Do you even have that on? Why do people have that on? I turn mine off. I don't want people to know if I've read their text or not. I don't get why.
Oh, yeah. I need to do that, but I don't.
Yeah, I turn that off. I'm like, I don't care if
I notice when I text people, their phones say on silent. Yeah, and it seems to be all the time when I text people.
Have you ever turned yours on silent and then forget to turn it back on, and then all of a sudden you got a bunch of stuff coming on?
Yeah.
I've made that mistake before. Sometimes it doesn't make certain people happy when you do that. But we'll leave those people unnamed for this podcast for different reasons.
Okay, what's next?
What's next? So recently I sent him a picture. Let's get back to what we were talking about, of my hands.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah. And so I had an accident. I climbed a rope because I'm competitive, and we were at my nephew's, shout out to Brantley, just became a yellow belt, okay? passed his Taekwondo test. So watch out, world. But he had his birthday party at this local gymnastics place, right? And so we had free reign of this whole entire place. It was awesome, right? And they're like, parents can come out too. Well, me and my cousin Jesse were the only ones that went out. All other parents were lame, didn't want to come out with us. And there's a rope. So what do I do, right? I'm in the prime of my life, like LeBron James. I'm gonna climb this rope it's up, 50 feet. I climb it, and I get to the top. Well, I'll be honest with you, Zach. I don't think I've ever made it to the top before in my life. Like, remember back in the day in middle school when that was like the
PE class?
PE class, right? That was the dreaded moment. Like, all right,
I was the kid
rope.
that I stepped up on the the little ball at the end of the rope.
Yeah.
I stepped up on that. I tried to scoot my body up. It looked weird, and I jumped down. And then everyone else went.
There you go. But majority of the kids in middle school can never make it up. There's only a few, right? Well, anyways, so I'm living my middle school dreams right here. I'm gonna climb this rope. So I make it to the top. I get to the top of the rope, and I literally freeze.
Did you wear proper equipment?
What do you mean proper equipment?
Did you wear gloves?
I did not wear. Who wears gloves climbing the rope? Anyways, I get to the top of the rope, and I have a brain fart. Like, oh shoot, how do I get down? I don't know. I've never been to the top of the rope before, and I can't drop because it's like 50 feet. So I start, and I remember my cousin Jesse's at the bottom, and I could hear his voice telling me as I'm going up, don't slide down. And I'm kind of like, what does that mean? I'm just not processing, right? So what do I do when I get to the top, Zach? I slide down, and he's like, stop sliding. And then I realized, oh man, that's probably not a good idea. So then I start climbing down. Well, I get to the bottom of the rope, and I look at my hands. And he's like, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. But as I look at my hands, I got nasty. They're healed now. But I had nasty cuts. They were bleeding like crazy. Moral of the story is I'm not very smart.
I mean, you did it.
You're not going to back me up? I was hoping you'd be like, dude.
No, hold on. Did any other kid at the party get up the rope?
Heck no. Just
so
me.
There you go.
Let's go. Yeah. It took me 39 years, Zach.
How old were the kids at this birthday party?
Shoot. How old is... I should probably know what grade my nephew's in. He's in 3rd grade.
So 3rd grade.
Yeah.
My son's in 3rd grade. He's 8.
Yeah.
Turning 9 soon. So.
Yeah, so he just turned 9.
So Troy did
Shoot, I hope he turned 9.
What all 8 and 9-year-olds
couldn't do.
Yep.
It took me 39 years, and I finally climbed the rope. So take that to all my PE teachers who.
But how are your hands now?
They're healed. I got a little crack right there. You can't see it on the camera. I posted the picture on social media so people can make fun of me. Mm-hmm. But obviously you're not a real friend. Okay? ZAC. I'm going to keep tagging you as ZAC.
Dude, at this point, why not?
All right, let's talk about parenting, right? Parenting's fun.
Yes, this is the part where we know most of our podcast doesn't offer anything of value.
Nope, no value. Well, we have one thing of value maybe we could talk about later.
This part.
But we got to wrap this up,
Yeah.
dude. We're getting close. We got places we got to go. You actually have a job you got to get to. So let's talk about parenting really fast, though.
Yup.
Parenting. What have you been battling in the Lewiston household?
Sickness. We have been. Today is my first day of freedom.
Come on.
Not that I've been.
And we
sick.
high-fived.
We did high five.
Thanks a lot, jerk.
We did high five.
Wow.
So I've literally been at home
under house arrest.
And well, my wife is home with them today, and she actually is good at taking care of them.
Shout out to moms.
Yeah.
True story.
Because listen, I've been home with the kids since early this week, and our youngest last week, and it's literally the TV's on. Every few minutes, I'm out doing my own thing. Are you alive? And then if my wife texts me, to give them medicine or something, I do that. But she gave me a simple recipe to make tea, and she's like, yeah, and you just put it in cheesecloth.
Yeah.
And I was like, we have cheesecloth?
What? I don't even know what cheesecloth is.
Oh, I know it. I know it because I watch a lot of my cooking shows.
Somebody help me. Oh.
It's like cloth that they put cheese in.
Okay,
So
never heard of that.
You put it around food, and basically it strains. Stuff can strain.
That's
out.
awesome.
But so I couldn't even do that.
Way to be honest as a dad, dude.
Yeah.
Way to be honest.
So,
That's some vulnerable. See,
no.
Now we're being vulnerable here.
Yeah.
This is special.
Oh, straight up. If my wife was the one home with them, they'd be better by now.
That's good. I hear you on that.
Straight up.
Yep. Courtney's the same way. Courtney goes above and beyond for our kids, and I'm just like, you alive? Cool. There's some water.
Yeah.
Drink some water. But So with that, yeah. Oh man. So we when we filmed our first episodes, let's just be honest here. Anytime you do something on camera and you throw it out there to the world, like, we understand that not a lot of people are gonna watch this, and that's okay.
Yep.
But you're always in the back of our minds. You know, we do have jobs and families and people that do like us. And so there's always that fear of, like, maybe saying something that could offend somebody. At the end of the day, we do have our own feelings and our own beliefs, but we're not out here to, like, we're not trying to create clickbait or controversy. Like, that's the last thing that we want to do.
No.
So there's that overthinking that happens, right?
And Troy is a little more secure than I am.
That's not true.
I overthink, like,
No.
I literally, if I send a text to someone or made a joke with someone, I will stay up all night and not sleep because I was like, well, what if they took it this way?
Absolutely.
So, like, literally, and I'm sure I'll watch this. Troy will post a clip that is me saying something, and I'll be like, dude, really? That's what?
That's the
like,
joy.
As I'm getting older,
Dude, I'm paid to produce this podcast, okay?
Yes.
I'm paid a lot of money. Anyways, keep going.
as I get older, and so we're both in ministry. We're both dads. We both coach.
Yeah.
So we're out in the community, and
We both love Christian rock bands. Ask City Burn, shout out. Let's go.
I'm by nature a people pleaser. Actually, no joke. I don't read a lot. I listen to audiobooks, but I have one book that the first church I interned at, they gave me, and I've kept this, and I read it. I have to read this once a year, and I'm finally starting to own it.
Come on, what's it called?
And it's The Dangers of Being a People-Pleasing Pastor.
That's the name of it?
Yeah.
The Dangers of
It's
Being a People Pleaser Pastor.
Yes, and
That's
so
good.
I'm having to come to grips as a leader more and more with, one, people aren't going to like your decisions or some things you say, but also I am going to make mistakes. And when I do make a mistake, because as a leader you make a decision and you do what's best, because like in ministry, God's called you to be at that place at that time. So that responsibility is in your hands, and you're supposed to be a steward of it. So you try to do what's best, and as a leader, not everyone's gonna agree with every decision. And as a young leader, every time someone said, well, I would go with them because I was a people pleaser. And so where now I'm learning to stick to my guns, but explain myself in love. But then there are gonna be moments where I do make a mistake. And learn to approach that with humility.
That's good.
Because I am not perfect. But at some point, I am an imperfect human saved by Jesus. And so I don't think there's any problem with modeling that and the vulnerability and the humility of, like, hey, yeah, you're right, I shouldn't have done that. But then again, there's also those times where it's like, you do have to make your decision. So the biggest thing for me the last few years is understanding, hey, God has me in this spot, and He's trusting me with this and my family with this particular thing that we're doing, whatever time it is.
Yeah.
Whether it's us being here now or other things I've done in the past. But knowing that as a leader, you have to make decisions. And if you're following what God wants you to do as opposed to trying to make everyone happy, I've learned when you try to make everyone happy, less people end up happy anyways.
Yeah, that's good. It's true.
So when you have your vision or your mission statement and you know where you're going, being blind, I don't have good peripherals.
Yeah.
And as a leader, I think in one mind, some people disagree with me. This is a case where I think tunnel vision is okay. Because if it's not accomplishing, when you have a mission or vision statement, right? And if it's not accomplishing one of the things in your mission statement, like, so for example, GP Youth, our mission statement is we exist to invest and to reach all students where they're at and invest in them through equipping, outreach, and discipleship. And so for me, if it doesn't accomplish one of those three things, then my answer is I don't need to do that.
That's good.
So I think having that tunnel vision and understanding is actually as a leader can be a good thing. You need to be flexible. But so I'm learning to just lean in. God, what do you have me to do? And go with that. And so, as a leader, some people will love it and some people won't. And listen, here at our church, people have been nothing but amazing to us. Mm-hmm. So I'm not saying I've had issues with that. I'm just saying as a leader,
absolutely,
I've gotten comfortable with people are going to have different ideas than you.
For sure.
But then you can have healthy conversations of here's why we're doing this. And you can disagree in love.
Yep.
So that's my little, as I mature and grow as a leader, those are some areas that I'm becoming more comfortable in. And if you're like me, I recommend that book. I don't remember who wrote it.
Yeah, no, that's really good. What I heard there, and correct me if I'm wrong, that was so good. So whether you're a pastor or not a pastor, right? So obviously most of our audience, most of the people out there aren't pastors, right?
No.
But your thoughts still apply to anybody, because I guarantee all of us, I'm not a pastor, but I struggle with overthinking, right? We all do. But what I heard from you, what helps keep you grounded, is that you have a mission statement, that vision statement. Now, you were talking specifically to Grace Point Youth, GP Youth.
Yeah.
But that mission statement, that vision, is what keeps your tunnel vision going, right? Mm-hmm. So if I'm hearing you right, if I'm just an average person out there like me, it would be good for me maybe, like, what's my own vision for my own life, right? Yeah. That can help keep me grounded. What's my vision for whatever I'm trying to accomplish? So that when I do face that temptation of overthinking, I can keep that tunnel vision, and that vision statement, that mission, that what do I want kind of motto is what's going to keep me focused. Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that what you recommend?
Yeah, and I would say any position of leadership, or if you're a parent, if you're a student on a sports team, we all have areas of our lives like where we have leadership roles.
Absolutely.
And so I think just knowing and being, for me, the big thing is my confidence doesn't come from myself.
There you go. Where does it come from?
My confidence comes from God. And so, because before him, I didn't have confidence. And so my confidence isn't in myself anyways, and that's a good thing, because every time I cross the street, I don't know if I'm going to make it.
Yeah.
It's a wild card. So I'd be silly to have confidence in myself if I can't see 4 steps in front of me anyways.
Dude, we'll save that for a different podcast. I would love for you to share your story sometime, and that confidence piece. That's really good, because I think, honestly, if everybody's honest, we all struggle with confidence, right? I struggle with confidence.
That's not just a teenager kid thing.
Absolutely. It never goes away.
No.
And so where we find our confidence is what is important. So let's talk about it. Let's make a note on let's talk to our producers. Hey, if you guys could write that down for us, appreciate that. No, there's nobody out there, is there? No, shoot. All right, well, that's perfect timing, because guess what? We're going to wrap this thing up. Anything else you want to talk about before we wrap this puppy up?
We were supposed to have you share more of your story, and it still didn't happen.
It hasn't happened yet.
It's basically been you interviewing me.
I know that, but dude, you have really good thoughts, and I like to interview you because you have way more wisdom.
No, I just ramble more than you.
And that's not true. We will do some episodes where I share some seasons of my life. There's some stuff, if we want, we could get real vulnerable with some of my stuff, right? I mean,
well, and I think I do too.
Absolutely. So I've had a lot of failures.
We'll have a vulnerability episode.
Well, we'll just have we can, yeah. Honestly, the reason why I don't is because it's I don't want to put it out there. It's hard, right?
Yeah.
It's hard. So, but anyways, you got to be humble in your weaknesses and humble in your strengths, which is kind of what you talked about. All right, with that being said, we're going to sign off episode 2 of the T&Z Show, huh?
Yes, and hopefully families don't get sick and we can be back next week as opposed to waiting 2 weeks.
That's okay, though. It kind of works out. And hopefully this week I'll spell his name right, huh? Zach. We're signing off. See you guys later.
See ya.